whenever I post this video, it's probably going to be much further past this time, regardless of the outcome. We're crossing our fingers that it works, and maybe we won't have to move on to IVF. And if it doesn't, then we still can be optimistic about the fact that we have IVF to lean on, you know, in the event. So no matter what happens, positive pregnancy test, negative pregnancy test, this video I'm going to try to do like a compilation of the entire IUI cycle, and then put it together all in one video. Hi you guys, it's LQ from Coupled and Culture, where we talk all things love, leisure, and lifestyle for contemporary couples and socialites who look to put the life and work-life balance. So for this video, I'm coming to you just to give you an update on our third IUI cycle, what that entailed and what the outcome was. There are many clips in this video because I made sure to vlog about the different monitoring appointments that I went to, different times that I got, results back from the doctor, and things that took place during the course of the cycle, and just anything that we went through, and the end result. So a lot of this was not recorded on my camera. It was done on my phone, just like this intro part. But I kind of just want to give you guys like an overview of what you're about to see. Initially, we thought we were going directly into an IVF cycle, and we got the shock of our lives when our insurance denied IVF. So they told us that we needed to do one more IUI cycle before they would approve us for IVF. I was incredibly upset about it because I had mentally prepared for an IVF cycle. And I did not want to do another IUI. I have that partial blockage on my right side. I felt like it was a waste of time. And they insisted that we do it. I mean, and at this point, we want to do IVF. So it was either do the IUI again or pay out of pocket. And that's not going to happen, especially when our insurance covers it. So, we got denied, and we talked to the doctor, and we came up with the IUI plan. So we decided that I would do letrozole again, 5 milligrams. I would do it from cycle day 3 to cycle day 7. And then we would monitor me to see the follicle growth, and then prep to do the IUI when my body was ready, which is exactly what we did. So, I'll kind of go into our mind frame at that point in the process and insert a clip so you guys can see, where we were at this stage. And excuse me, I just came from the gym, y'all. Lips all chapped up and looking a hot mess, but it is what it is. This is life. So check out this clip, and then I'll come back. Oh, I do want to mention that this first clip is after I had already taken the medications and I began my monitoring appointments. So this is me on cycle day 10. Cycle day 12, cycle day 14, and cycle day 16. Hey you guys, so I'm looking a hot mess. It's very early in the morning, but I just came to my follicle scan, so hopefully they'll let me record so I can show you guys how many follicles that I've grown. I've been taking, well, I took letrozole from cycle day 3 to cycle day 7, and this is my first follicle scan. I'm on cycle day 10 today, so hopefully good news so that we can move forward with the IUI. So I'm looking forward to see what they have to say. I'm going to ask them if I can record the follicle scan, so hopefully they let me. If not, I'll just come back and tell you guys what they say. All right, so I'll talk to you in a little bit.
This is your uterus here. Lining of the uterus is 5.6 and triple striped. This is your ovary here. Those black circles are follicles.
Okay.
That's where we get the eggs from.
Okay.
You can see right now the right ovary is what we call quiet, meaning none of the follicles are quite big on this side. The biggest is about 10 millimeters there.
Okay.
This is your other ovary on the other side there. You see an 11 millimeter on that side. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 others that are less than 10. So that looks good. Just go back to the other ovary one last time there. Okay, good. Come on up from there. So it looks good. It looks early in your cycle. I mean, the follicles are still too small to ovulate yet.
Okay.
So today is Tuesday, right? Tuesday. Okay, perfect. So I'll probably have you come back either Thursday or Friday, and we'll watch to see them grow. Okay. Does it matter for your schedule if it's Thursday or Friday? Do you have a preference?
Thursday would be great because I'm remote that day, so I can.
We'll do Thursday.
Okay.
All right.
I have a question. So it looks like there are more on the left, coming from the left ovary.
I don't know. There's actually a good number on the right as well.
Okay.
So you have a good number of follicles on both sides. That's a good sign for both getting pregnant, whether it's the IUI or IVF. But I see, like, sometimes we look at the ovary and we don't see any follicles.
Okay.
I definitely see more than 3 on each side there.
Okay, good. Hi, you guys. So I'm back at the office for my follicle scan. It's cycle day 12. So hopefully I get some good news today that the follicles grew. I'm crossing my fingers that they're big enough so that I can trigger either tonight or tomorrow. So I'll come back. Hopefully they let me record. I'll ask the physician and be able to see how these follicles are doing. So I'll come back to you guys. Okay, you guys, so this particular doctor did not allow me to record. She said no. But it looks like the left side, the biggest follicle is 13 millimeters. Last time it was 11. And then on the right side, 12 millimeters. I can't remember exactly how many the biggest one was on Tuesday when I came, 2 days ago. Today's Thursday. So she said they're growing. They're just growing at a slower pace, which is fine. She said usually if they're 10 or more, she expects that they'll continue to grow to maturity. And I have 4 of those. And then I have one that's 9, a few that's 9 that may catch up. My hope is that maybe 3 or 4. I don't want any more than that because then they'll cancel my IUI cycle. They don't want the possibility of like multiples or that many multiples. I think maybe 2 or 3. I don't know the rules for this clinic, maybe 4. So crossing my fingers. I'll probably have to come back on tomorrow or Saturday to scan again. So we'll see. We'll see what my body does. All right, you guys. Hey, you guys. Good morning. So I'm so disappointed. I'm just leaving my monitoring appointment is Saturday. In my IUI cycle, I'm on cycle day 14, and I came to see if the follicles had grown the last time I was there. I had the doctor tell me possibly 2 on each side that could progress to maturity, and so I come back today, and I don't know if it's because the girl she wasn't doing a very good job. The last time I came was on Thursday. My uterine lining was at a 5.5, and obviously it's still at a 5.5. It has not grown, which is not good. And apparently the follicles on the left side just has not grown. They stopped growing. On the right side, there is one dominant follicle that is like an 18. She didn't even look at the other one. So I really was not happy with this scan. I don't feel like it was thorough enough, especially for somebody like me who needs a lot of details. So she saw that one big one and she measured that one and moved on. I'm very upset because I have a partial blockage on my right side. So if the one and only dominant follicle
is on the right side, then what the okay, I'm not gonna curse. What the hell is the point of this? And this is exactly why I'm mad, because I did not want to do another IUI cycle. I wanted to go straight to IVF. We've done IUI cycles twice before. They did not work. We had a situation like this before where dominant follicle was on the right and we could not move forward. It was a complete waste of a whole cycle, and money on medicine and time. And I expressed that to the insurance and to the doctor as well, that I don't want to do this, because if I do get a dominant follicle on my right side and we move forward, there is a strong possibility that that could end up being ectopic, and I don't like that. I don't want to have to go through that.
All right, you guys. So after we were monitored on cycle day 16. Actually, it was cycle day 14 or 15. I can't remember. I really was not feeling the measurements of my uterine lining. So they say for a successful implantation, if you do fertilize an egg, your lining needs to be at least 7 millimeters. Mine was at a 5. And the doctor was saying that, oh, well, we can do the trigger shot on that Sunday, which was cycle day 15. And then we would do the IUI on Tuesday, cycle day 17. I wasn't feeling comfortable doing the trigger shot with my lining being that low. And I expressed this to her and she heard me. And she said, okay, so don't do the trigger shot on Sunday, cycle day 15. She said, come in on Monday, I'll check your lining. If your body is already surging, I'll have you do the trigger shot anyway, and we'll keep the IUI on Tuesday, cycle day 17. If your body is not naturally surging yet, then we'll just do the trigger shot Mondays, cycle day 16, and then we'll do the IUI for Wednesday, cycle day 18. I said, okay. When I went in on Monday, my lining had got up to like 5.9 or something, I don't know. It increased minimally, but we decided to move forward because she said even the trigger shot will kind of help to build up that lining. And so this next clip goes into cycle day 17, which is IUI day. And I would like to say my lining did increase to 7.7 millimeters, which is almost 8. So I was really happy with that. Hey you guys, this is LQ from Coupled in Culture. I'm coming to you guys. Today is IUI day, so we had to come to the city. It's 7 a.m., 7:08 to be exact, June 14th. This is cycle day 17 for me. Yesterday after my scan, the doctor sent me a message saying go ahead and do the trigger shot last night, and then come in as previously scheduled for the IUI today at 9:45 a.m. We're over here super early because traffic can be very congested in the mornings. So we wanted to get here early, better early than late. It's also the parking over here is crazy. Anywho, so we're over here waiting. My appointment is at 9:45, but we have to be there an hour earlier because they have to get the sperm sample and then wash it and do whatever they got to do to prepare it. And then during the procedure, of course, many of you may know, IUI is intrauterine insemination, so they're going to take the sample and insert it directly into my uterus. So right now we're just kind of waiting until it's our time to go into the clinic. Due to COVID, we can't just sit in there. We have to wait close to the time when our appointment is. So right now we just wait and try to, not get too nervous and remain optimistic. Just wanted to make sure that we keep you guys along for this journey. This is our 3rd IUI cycle, but it will be our 2nd IUI that we were able to actually go through with, because our first time it got canceled because I produced the follicle on my right side instead of my left, and the RE at the time just said cancel it and just do timed intercourse. So this time it's looking like I'm once again producing on the right side, but the doctor is saying that she thinks that it's possible that during my HSG that I spasmed, and there is no blockage. So I guess that's why she's moving forward. And the insurance insisted that in order for us to do IVF, that we have to do the IUI. So I'm pretty sure that's another reason why they're moving forward. So that's it for now. Come back to you guys once we get up in there and we get some more information about how the day will go. Mr. Scott is tired. We've been up since early and we both worked yesterday, so here we are. So like I said, I'll come back to you guys a little later. All right, ciao. Hi, you guys. Good morning. It's 4 something in the morning. I want you guys to look at this. I don't know if you can see it, right? Try to get as close in as possible. So the test on the top I took yesterday at 9 DPO, first morning urine, right? So that one has completely dried. And then the one on the bottom I took, this morning, 10 DPO, first morning urine. And I mean, it hasn't completely dried like the one on the top, but would I still be pulling a line like that with a trigger? I feel like once it fully dries, like the one on the top, it's gonna be the same darkness or darker. Oh shoot. Can you guys see that? It's a clear line on the second one. Let's see if I can zoom. Anyway, there it is. Clear, definite line, second line. But my question is it getting darker? Is that the trigger? Okay, y'all, I'm absolutely losing my mind. So today is 12 DPO, 12 days past ovulation, 13 days past when I took the trigger shot. Well, it'll be 13 days exactly at 8:30 p.m. tonight, but 13 days ago I took the trigger shot. These 4 tests, see if I turn the light off with it. Can you see it better? These 4 tests still show a very faint line. I don't know if you guys can see it. So the very top one was 11 DPO first morning urine. That was yesterday. The one after that is today, 12 DPO first morning urine, which looks slightly darker than yesterday's first morning urine. So I got kind of excited this morning. Then the one after that, second morning urine, was like 3 hours later. And then the one on the bottom I just took, and that one is this afternoon at like, let's see what time it is, 2 o'clock. So about 1:50, whatever. I am trying to understand whether or not these tests are still pulling the trigger shot, or if this is real HCG that my body is creating. And if it is, why is it still so faint? And is it getting darker? Because I feel like, it looks the same. Then I feel like, okay, this one on the bottom look darker. I don't know, but I'm driving myself crazy. I done took a million. You see, I got them all lined up, but oh, this journey is so crazy. I just want to know. Mind you, today is 12 DPO. Typically, I have an 11-day luteal phase. So today is when my period is supposed to start. I've been having mild cramping on and off for several days now. And every time I feel a little twinge today, I'm like, oh, Lord. When I go to the bathroom, I don't know what I'm going to find. And nothing is there. So I'm hoping that I can make it through today. No period. And I'll have a little bit more hope. Because by day 14, which is Tuesday, tomorrow's Monday, then Tuesday, if I have not had a period, I'm going to keep testing. The doctor said test. I really wasn't supposed to test until that day. Doctor said test on that day. If it's positive, call them.
I'm gonna call, if I'm still seeing these lines, I'm definitely gonna call him and tell him, because by that time the trigger should be out of my system. I only took Avadril 250 dose, which is like 6,500 milliliter, whatever, which that was technically supposed to be out of my system by now, but you just never know. I don't know, y'all. So just keeping y'all updated on what's going on with me. My husband asked me yesterday, "Are you pregnant?" I said, "I don't know." He was like, "Go take a test." I was like, no. I did not want to take a test with him here. I just want to be able to process whatever the results are before I tell him. And that's just too much pressure for me. Plus, he's not going to understand these faint lines and the trigger shot and all of that. It's just, I'd rather know and then be able to tell him once I know. So we'll see. I'll come back to you guys. Ciao. Hi, good morning, you guys. So I'm looking a hot mess, let me tell y'all, but it's early. I'm tired. I just came to you guys to give you an update about this IUI cycle. The last video I posted, I was still pulling faint lines on the test. So yesterday afternoon, I started spotting. So I have been having cramping for a couple of days. I don't spot. That's not a thing that I have to deal with. So once I noticed it, at first I was like, okay, great, period is here. But then it did not pick up, and this is around like 6 p.m. It continued to be spotting, and only when wiping, TMI, but only when wiping. And so it progressed like that through the night. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe it could be implantation bleeding, because this is not like me, So I go on through the night, I tell Brian, update him, and we're kind of just really extremely hopeful. I began cramping more intensely throughout the night because it would like wake me up periodically, and then by morning I had a full flow. So that's this morning. I'm 13 DPO today, which is basically cycle day 1, because my period came. So that means IUI number 3 is a wash. It did not work. So I emailed the doctor to let her know period came. I made my day 3 appointment to go in for blood work and ultrasound to then move on to IVF. Finally, I hope that the insurance doesn't give us any issues so we can move on and just get this over with, because I'm really tired of this entire process. We will be going on vacation soon for our anniversary, so I know that that's going to impact the timeline. I won't be able to take stimulation meds if I'm going to be on vacation, because I won't be able to be monitored. So I'm waiting to hear back from the doctor about that. In the meantime, I'll just keep you guys updated. But I'm extremely sad and have to go to work today with this news. So it really makes you think about how to be gentle and kind when you're out here in the world. That's something I have to work on as well. See, I just said that, and this lady pulls right on top of me, and I ain't gonna be able to get out. And I'm really trying to understand why she would get that close to me. Okay. See, the Lord was like, oh, you want to be gentle and kind? Here you go. Test number 1. All right. Anyway, so you really got to be gentle and kind to people, because you never know what they're going through. Like today, I really don't want to be bothered, and I'm a little bit edgy because of this news. So, I'll keep you guys posted on the next phase of this process of trying to have a baby. Until then, I'll talk to y'all later. Hi, you guys. It's LQ from Coupled and Cultured. I just wanted to come to you guys just to pretty much wrap up our 3rd IUI cycle and kind of give you guys an update on where we are, what has taken place, and how we plan to move forward, and just like our state of mind. I keep doing this because I'm getting so much hormonal acne, you guys. Like, I don't have issues with bumps, but oh my God, I have them everywhere, and I think it's because of the medications that I've been taking. Anyway, so as I told you guys yesterday in the video, in the last video clip,
We our third IUI was unsuccessful. Unfortunately, it did not work. Um, which I can't even say unfortunately, because then that means that we're able to move on in the process to IVF. But yesterday was a pretty sad day. I mean, I was okay, but ultimately I was sad because I kind of was looking forward to possibly being successful with that IUI cycle. I just felt like the insurance denied our IVF cycle and told us we had to do this one more round of IUI. What could be the reason for that to happen? Like, what could be a valid reason for us to be delayed in that way? Well, maybe it could work. In my mind, I was like, you know, maybe God want us to, we won't have to go through IVF, and this IUI cycle will be successful, and that's why this all happened. And I thought it was going to all come full circle and blah blah blah, and it didn't. So I was left feeling once again like, Lord, I trust you, but what is the plan, So I was a bit sad. I know Brian was a bit sad, but we still have something to look forward to. So I think about those couples who feel like they're at the end of the road, and they don't have any other options. So we still have options, and I'm grateful for that. Um, I spoke to my doctor, and we're just gonna move forward with the IVF and put in for insurance approval, and hopefully everything goes planned. I don't know exactly what the timeline will be, but I'll keep you guys posted. And I'm tired. I'm tired of going through this. I'm tired of the process. I'm tired of the medications. I'm tired of the monitoring. I'm tired of the sorry, sleepy. I'm tired of testing. I'm tired of negative tests. I'm tired of disappointment. I'm tired of building myself up so that I can finally surprise Brian with this great news that we've conceived, we're having a baby, and then it not happening. I'm tired of all of it. So, I gotta really get my mind together and wrap my mind around what we're about to go through, because IVF is a whole different beast. It's very taxing physically, emotionally, mentally, and I just really need to prepare myself for having to do these injections, and whew. One thing I can say is that I am looking forward to the possibility of them being able to retrieve a lot of eggs, and being able to hear about the egg development, and that they get fertilized and they grow and they reach day 5 blastocyst stage. And once we put them in for PGT testing, that we find out that we have a good number of boys, a good number of girls, a good number of healthy embryos, and then we can move forward, from there. So I'm just hoping that all goes well. I do think that it is a blessing to be able to go through IVF so that we can have these embryos tested, so we know that we're transferring healthy embryos, hopefully, that we get embryos, and we get embryos that are healthy. So hopefully we are able to do that, and it's just being able to have more insight on the process and each phase is good for me. Somebody who's a really big control freak. So I'm looking forward to that, and I just can't wait till it's our time. Not even just for me, but for my husband. He wants it and he deserves it. So until next time, you guys, this kind of closes out our cycle. This is the last time you'll hear from me about that. I'll hopefully be putting all these clips together so you guys can see what we went through with this cycle. Sorry, I'm sleepy. And just to keep you guys posted, I promised that I would share this very sacred, intimate part of our lives, and here we are. Oh, one thing, I think I mentioned this in the last clip, but I did want to mention it. I took the trigger shot last time, and obviously that trigger shot, and I took the low dose 250 Avadril, and obviously that stayed in my system for a while because I was pulling faint lines all the way up until yesterday. 13 DPO. So what a mind warp. I won't say mind F, I'll say mind warp. What a journey that was to be pulling these faint lines and wondering, is that the trigger, or could this be it? Could this be it? And getting all hyped up about it and it not being it. That was just a cruel joke. So those of you who are going through an IVF cycle or an IUI cycle, or whatever you're going through, even if it's a timed intercourse cycle and they give you trigger shot, just be very wary because you just never know how your body metabolizes it. I think for IVF, I don't know if I'm gonna test. I'm saying I won't, and I probably will, but it would be great if I could hold out to beta testing day when I go in and they do the blood test, because pulling those faint lines over and over and not knowing if it's real or not, hoping it's real and then finding out it's not, it's a lot. So that's it for now, you guys. Keep us in your prayers, and I'll do the same for you guys. To anyone else who's going on this journey, I send love, light, and much baby dust your way, because I know what you're going through. And that's it, people. Have a blessed evening, and I'll come back to you guys when we get this IVF cycle started. All right, ciao.